In this video, we will talk about Git Pull. So it's not a pull request. I was initially confused with it. So Git Pull is little different. So in traditional terms, or like if you use centralized source control like SVN and all, what happens is when you actually try to commit the changes to the server, if someone else has already checked in, it will ask you to update. So update means get the latest version of the file from the server into your local system before you actually commit. So Git pull is something similar. So let's consider a scenario. So there are two devs here again working on the first demo project, right? And Sam, our developer, and we are looking from his perspective currently. So he pulls the changes initially from central repository to his local machine, and he's continuing to work on his local file, and he's making changes, committing and all, but he hasn't pushed it yet. At the same time, there is another developer. Let me just do this next. Yeah, there's another developer, Shiny, and she also got the changes from the central repository, and she's also making changes in her own local repository. Now, what happens is after some time, she's done with her user story or her changes, let's assume that, and then she pushes the changes to the central repository. Now, what happens is our developer Sam, he is trying to push to the central server as well. And when he actually tries to push that, he will get an error saying that someone else has already pushed the same file before you. So you need to first do git pull before you do the merge. So that is what git pull is for. So basically git pull is to pull the changes from the git server, the central server, to your local repository. Let's see the error as well as how to pull in the demo now. I'm in my local machine now, so I'll check git status and I'm on branch master. I'll open my file. So I have this file a version 06 master. So let me make some changes. Demo for git pull, right? And what I will do now is I will add this file and commit it. Now I haven't pushed it yet, right? So what I will do to mimic someone else actually pushing the changes to file A before I actually push is that I will go to the repository directly, right? And I will go to file A here. So I will go to branches, I'll go to master, I'll go to file A, and I will edit and update it here itself. So I will commit it from here and update it file A, branch name master. So this actually mimics the scenario. So if I go back to the diagram which I showed you earlier, so the command prompt window is the Sam's one, assume that, and he pulled the request, he made the changes to this his local repository and is about to push that. And we mimicked Shiny's by going directly into the central repository and committing the changes like the way I showed you on the browser itself. So now let's see what happens if we try to push it. We should actually see an error. And now you can see it's being rejected, failed to push, and it says that updates were rejected because remote contains work that you do not have locally. So to get rid of this error, you have to do git pull. And now if you go to your local machines, if you go to your local project, you can see that your file had this changes while the one on the web on the central repository had these changes. So now it's up to you to decide which to keep and which to remove. So in real time scenario, you might have to talk to the other developer and sort it out. But in this case, I will just remove this and I will just keep the head version for now and I will commit it. So I will go back to command prompt again. I cleared the screen once more and I will run the command git add file a.txt and then I will commit it. And now I'll push it. So that's the use of git pull. Now hope you understand what git pull is. So that's it for this video.